I'll see what I...
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renans actually...
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
Hello and welcome back to Tales of Arise, where today we'll be infiltrating Lenegis to search for the area known as the Forbidden Zone in our hunt for the woman in red and also the renas alma. And obviously a way to stop the invasion, but that's obviously down to finding the woman in red. Oh shoot! Look at this place. What's happened here? It's like someone's destroyed it. Lenegis. Or lenegis. It's definitely just like the place from Alphen's memories that he blew up. What the hell is this?
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed
the renas alma.
it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Oh!
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundation... We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening. But so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I bet that's the woman from
Well, nothing much has changed
memory.
with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever.
So who's Faria?
It's a woman.
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens.
Yeah.
We can find out.
I don't think we're going to get much out of these citizens, but because they don't even know what the hell's happening
Finding
themselves.
the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Which kind of makes sense, because
we can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses
it looks like the Lords won't tell them nothing.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave.
Okay.
Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak
So we got a map action. Map action.
out?
Let's watch this skit.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off fast.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him.
I was thinking about that boss yesterday. Maybe that's what happens before it turns into a dungeon.
Do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence.
I don't know though.
They must have
That's
designed it
too
to transform
far-fetched,
like
actually.
this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
You think so? I don't know.
You're right, Schionne. I'm sure we will.
I don't know if we will. This place doesn't look the kind of place, you know, you get answers from, but we'll see. But I'm not holding my breath. Let's talk to this guy.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Well, it's still going then.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Unless they, of course they don't know what's happening down there. So even if it wasn't going on, they wouldn't know. It's kind of sad. You don't even tell your own people what's happening. It's kind of depressing, actually. Yeah. We're getting food. Oh, orange gel, I'll take that. Let's heal her up. Fancy parfait recipe.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Let's go to this guy.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a...
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the...
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently.
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
Some of these people are rude, but what do you expect? They're renans, and they, you know, they probably don't want to talk to Danans. But having said that, she is actually a renner, and she's the... Let's go talk to this woman. She gotta know something.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but...
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in...
See, no one knows anything.
Contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know it...
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Well, this kind of goes with what...
in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
What Schionne was saying about lower art class, like lower arts on the run. Yeah, so looks like the truth there.
What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah. That one guy even said Zoogle had stopped listening to him.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just...
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Schionne, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not.
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication?
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the... What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from him. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. As for how Volron factors into all this...
I wonder if...
Not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
That would mean that two sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganatheros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time?
Wait a second.
Oh, maybe.
Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the renas alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign...
Then it's decided.
One of the citizens mentioned
Let's just go. Let's just go. I'm intrigued now. I want to get on that. No! Another skip. Come on.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, they're sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society...
Even if the other lords were still around,
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana.
Renans and their lords. Oh, it's a side quest. I mean, I don't mind talking to people.
I didn't realize Renans
because this is meant to be
and yet, weirdly,
a stream of Lenegis, so we might as well.
Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danan city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to live an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in.
Maybe we have to come here anyway. There's no way we can go straight to the Renan homeworld. Especially because that beam of light was shot from here. I'll do this skip after I've spoken to some people here. Let's get these side quests going. Why, there's nothing to fight. Oh, I never think anyone would try to tear me away from the House Face. What do you want to question? I come from a family that has served House Valkyries for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt to behind the scenes, so they might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist that they're utterly mistaken. Though I don't deny he can be strict, he puts Renner's interests front and centre like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonising Dana and expand our horizons. That way we will become masters of both worlds, and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a noble, a model above all others. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. Okay.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
Just a tad.
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also...
Anyway, let's listen to this skit.
Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alphen-in-Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously.
Right, let's speak to this. Let's go. I'm going to say Lord Almedria. Lord Dolheim, you have returned. Ah, and I see you brought aides with you. You remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes. Not only do I support House R, but more specifically his lordship, personally. So much so I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. But since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumult? Well, since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty. Oh God. Yeah. Oh God. She's a big Lord Dolheim fan. I'm pissed off. I don't want. No. Oh, come on.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
This is going to be Barseth. You want to know what's got us? But why? Are you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency Ermos Teldeals. You probably know better as Lord Barseth. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realise he can be an aggressive man. What these people don't realise is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House can't say that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
So we've still got Aldromeda and Volrum to speak about. And they're both here.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of Lenegis'
Oh,
transformation...
they're fighting Zoogles down there.
Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
This was going to be Volrum.
Pardon me.
Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our fine house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almedria. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almedria has quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed the older brother to claim the seat for herself. Damn! Soon the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. Damn, she even killed her own brother.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came
Bloody hell, Jesus Christ.
And some people
It's a bit-
here not
bit
only
drastic.
shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to see through her. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go speak to this guy. This is going to be Valrum. How loathsome. I was just reading about Valrum. Can I help you? I was always an ardent sort of Lord Hildress myself, were it not for the sudden death down on the surface. I likely still would be, in my eyes. As for Valrum, runs Ganapharos, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as a people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this house Igniseri of his anyway? I've never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. That such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. Oh, so he was
Seems
made.
like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganapharos changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. I think that's something we've all seen.
Schionne and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I...
Give me the quest complete. 5,100 gold, I'll take them. 220 SP as well. I'll take all of that. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's look for this forbidden zone. How much CP? She's got a bit there. I can get a couple of things here. Let's get that. Nope. Let's get that. Okay.
There's something I just don't get.
There's a lot of...
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should...
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned.
A new renas alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in police, if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
It's probably all just a big ruse. They already had...
Neither of us even knew.
Well, they were hoping that all the lords would die.
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some...
No use standing around here.
I think they were hoping that all the lords would actually die. It's going to be something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't want to make guesses. If I'm too wrong, I'm just going to sound stupid. But I definitely think something.
Faria.
Oh! Isn't that the person that Abakir guy was...
Oh, is that the one?
Why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years living on that Danon Rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace...
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Damn. Oh! Oh, it's the red woman. Is she gonna kill her now? Oh shit. There's a woman in red.
Dohalim. I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Damn, man. I mean, I don't know, man. What to think. But yeah, anyway, let's go back down here. Okay, well, the woman in red's here anyway. We just seen her. I'm interested to know though what she's up to. I know we're probably gonna find out. Quite and more orange gel. Look, there's more Zoogles down there. This lenegis is pretty big, actually. Speaking of that, oh, a merchant. We're getting close, I think. Alright. Just look for any in case there's any items about. Like that.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Tofu.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
I mean, after his last thing, cutscene with him cooking food, I don't think he should cook it anymore. There's gonna be a cutscene here or something, isn't there? Yep.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these renans sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
So we're getting more backstory, more character development on Dolheim as well.
Prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking.
So now we've seen backstory from practically every character. Because I mean, I suppose you could say we had Kazara's with her brother and that.
Besides, it was that.
Your praise does me too.
We've had Dolheim.
I was merely following the wishes of
we have had Schionne now. We've obviously had Alpha. Law. We haven't really had much on him yet.
After that, Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her, but fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Schionne's right. What other lord would have treated... You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. So, try not to blame yourself.
Frank as always. But,
do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be an...
I hope you're right.
Tell you what, this stream's very plot heavy today, but I don't mind that. Oh, who's this? Oh, that's that bloody Navik, whatever his flipping name is.
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going.
Yeah, something's gonna go down.
I still wanted to say
fairly soon, man. I can see it. Something's gonna happen.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Alright. So we've got 3 grape gels, we've got 7 orange gels. Ooh, I'll take, yeah, ooh, diamond cape. Let's buy it. Hang on. Let me just sell what I don't want first. I'll buy that armor. I just want to see. Oh, there's a new weapon here. 12,000. Oh. Let's get 13,000. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of shit here, man. Damn, man. I'm out of money. Just like that. Just like that. I'm out of the money. Manage ranch. Let's do miracle feed. Miracle feed, horse. Miracle feed, chicken. Miracle feed, pig. You know it, miracle feed, there we go. Well, I can't buy no defense things. That's fine. What shall we cook? Let's. I did say I was going to take it in turns to.
I'll have everybody's mouth watering when they see.
Cook things. Attack up. Oh wait. Okay, here we go. See, I can leave at any time, but there's no need to. There's no quests to do, so. Maintenance passage. Damn, this is this is going to be long.
Damn it!
Shit! Gonna change the party.
Anyone can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them now.
Oh no, I've got the right team.
I am Lord Dohalim of Elden.
Oh.
I command you.
I've got the right team.
Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they've got one.
Oh, there's 4? I thought it was only 3. Oh, son of a. There we go. It's good to finally get some combat though. No, I knew it weren't all going to be all story related the whole way through. We ain't even got to the Forbidden Zone yet. Nice.
In a bind.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Here, let me help.
Nice.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What, with the red woman?
Oh, it's definitely that red woman. Platinum dog tag. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of money. It's all about the money, money, money. We don't need to. That is big. Whatever that is. That is some big ass enemy. Anyway, let's go. That's like the mantis. Oh, look at these. Fluorescent. Like see-through fluorescent balls. Force balls. I don't know, man. Maybe Dolheim could be good against these actually. Because he can slow him down with his thorns and then. Damn. See, the only problem I have, right, is I know I'm sure there is a thing I can do where I can actually set people to do certain moves instead of like with Schionne. I can just set her to do healing arts. I can do that, but I haven't bothered doing it because I haven't felt the need to do it yet. But maybe we're getting to a point now where I may have to do it because might be getting to the point now where you know, I'm getting a lot of
Am I on a roll or what?
getting a lot of weapons done here. So Dolheim's only just got to level 42. Windwell's nearly on 40. Damn, he's that far behind. I didn't even realise he was that far behind. What the? So this is one of them mantis enemies.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
So I faced one of these. This is like the gigant I faced. Like that level 43 one that you get right at the beginning of the game. Ooh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Where's the weak point? That I don't know. That I need to find. Look at this, just destroying this fool. And now Lord's got his mystic art. Thundering Tenebro floor. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, come on. I can always do if I can get to, if there could be a fast travel before I get to the end, I will go back and stock up on orange gels and that. And anything I need. Because I think I'm going to need to by the time I've ended here. Damn! Schionne, she actually took that hit though. She just stood there and took that hit. She took it like a bowl. Okay, okay. I mean, if I could beat it before getting less than 250, I'd be happy. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, it might happen. Damn! Oh! That's twice now. Yeah, I don't know where his like weak point is. That kind of sucks to be honest. Because he's green, like you can't see where his weak point is. Let's just use it. There we go. Oh, because it's technically classed as a big enemy, you have to kill it with these boost strikes.
There's always room for improvement.
Damn, how much experience did we get? Quite a bit. Oh Christ.
Out of my way! Bring him down! I never miss! Leave the targets to me! Take down their defenses!
Yeah, okay, Wolf. Yeah, Doeline really does work with the wolves. I might have to bring him in there to use the wolf fights. Because he can just he can stop them. And then they're down. Well, they can be down. If it does it properly. Jesus Christ, missing it down with rain outside. Oh yes it is. Why are you switching their character? I'm not complaining, but there we go. Can we kill more than one here? Oh, we did. We killed two. We killed both the wolves as well as the soldier.
Look sharp! Lightning
46 hit combo.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Acceptable. Oh god, we got them big guys. Yeah, I don't know. Give me something good. Shortcake recipe. You know what? Doeline, you can come in for Winwell. Winwell, she ain't really needed in this dungeon at the minute. She's not. There's nothing here that's gonna cast spells on us, so. Really? Oh, piss off. Oh, he missed me. I don't know how he missed me, but he did. Oh, son of a bitch! 15,000! Shit, and that was a crit though. Let's go. Damn it! I hate when they try to get clever. Yo, she just slid up on him. She just slid up to him.
A comfortable win.
She just slid up in him just like that. That's crazy. I know we've got another one of them giant mantis enemies in here. Pineapple gel?
The soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Ah. Making them stand.
An opponent like this should be easy.
I forgot to change him around. It's fine. It don't matter. Fucking move! Oh shit! 65 hits. 66. That's nearly 80 odd hits there. Shit. Yeah, Kazara. I should have used Kazara for this because she could stop the charging attacks. But she didn't last time. She didn't get a chance. Well, I didn't get a chance to use her while he was doing the charging. So can't really say much about that. Damn, that's he's getting these Mystic Hearts so easy now. I could use Alphans a lot, but I don't think it's that good besides that. Oh, Searing Gal. Yeah, I don't use them often because they do take a lot of health off me, so it's one of those. Don't want to waste too much health using the blade sword. But I'll use it when I need to. She always gets that when he's already done the charge attack. Whoa! Yeah, I knew I'd probably run out of CP, but this time fighting it. It's got to be dead, surely. Oh god. Okay.
Want to rest up for a bit?
1,748 experience though. Orange gel use. A lot of shit here. A lot of shit here. More than enough shit here, actually. One fire, he's already got it up straight away. I know they. Everyone learns their new abilities after. Well, I learned mine after beating. Sure, it was after I beat Battle. Winwell did hers after one of the side quests. I think everyone else will learn other mystic arts once they've done certain things in the game. Or side quests, maybe. I'm not sure though. Now you're dead. That wolf guy. He's a fuck, man.
Being interrupted. No further.
Yeah, I didn't want to use both of them because he was like so close to death. I was gonna say, is that all there is? But no, you got brights. Ooh, you got a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here. We've also got some red sage. 3321, 3310. Yeah, Winwell, she had the least health, so give it to her. Yeah, I like to make sure everybody's evenly stacked out when it comes to HP, and I like to most of the character. Okay, so we've got, oh god. Yeah, there's more enemies that Kazara can deal with. than Dolan.
I'm going in.
So when they shine blue, they don't take no damage. I've only just realised this after this long. Although it was kind of obvious.
In a bind.
Frozen hammer. Damn, he's on it again with his mystic arts. Bang. Oh, doing the frozen hammer again. Yeah, I don't want to use yeah, I don't want to use my boost strikes when the enemy's nearly dead. Look at that, went up to max just like that. Oh Jesus. Let's go this way. What's down here? More gold. More gold than I need, to be honest. Wow, he just ran through. Totally ignored. Oh wow, so you're going to end it like that, you fool, mate. You idiot. Oh, he's going ham with these mystic parts, though. Oh, big boy. Mr. Feather Duster over here. Damn it. Shit, no. So I leave the worst enemy to leave behind till last to kill. That's them. Because I mean the soldiers, they've got a lot of health, but they don't really hit too bad. And there's still another one as well. I didn't even know there was another one. Oh Christ. Let's use orange gel. I've got enough. Boom! Oh, nice. A double combo there.
I feel sprightlier than before.
Oh, a grape gel. Oh, we've still got one left. Let's fight this. Let's kill this guy on our own. Damn, that waste. That platinum thingy, platinum chunk or whatever it is, that's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be like 3,000 each, probably. If I had to guess. I'd say definitely like 3,000, possibly. There we go.
Must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Oh. And there it is. The doorway opens to the Forbidden Zone.
It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
What do indeed? Oh. Oh, more of his past.
Alphen.
You
It looks that way.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
Get some clean clothes.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Why saying it like that?
Here's what we'll
Say it
do.
loud, just a whisper.
You're still
You
here?
give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it.
What have you
Taking you
down
at your
here,
word
eh?
on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Schionne.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Schionne. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly?
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first...
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of for all we know. Perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
Boss fight.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible?
We have no way of knowing.
Schionne, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where reliving painful episodes from your past, do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's
I
not
don't
all.
think it
I'd
will,
like
but
to liberate...
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else. Not that I'm complaining.
Nobody's here.
whoa! What happened there? I didn't swap that.
Stay
Didn't
sharp.
swap
After that last illusion, there's no telling
into the forbidden zone. Oh god. Okay.
what could happen in here.
Boss fight. Oh Christ. No, I can't name fast travel either. Alright, let's do this boss then. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Oh, it's the red woman, isn't it?
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the
It's
soldiers
the red
we
woman,
encountered
man.
outside.
Possessed her. Oh! Oh! What is that? Oh! What is this? Oh my god.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
Oh my god. Tormented limbs. Tormented limbs. 237,000 HP. Oh no. Are you for real? Oh! What the frick? There's no way I'm doing this on hard. Crazy. There's no way. Schionne, man. There's no way. There's no way. Oh! Oh my god. Schionne, man, move! He's letting him mess you up right now. Damn. I don't know what this boss is, but... Oh god! He just messed up Kazara. Jesus! I mean... Oh! Iframes! Give me the iframes! Iframes! Move! Oh! Oh, he teleported. Of course he did. Yeah, these... Now this boss says is not... boss to take lightly at all. She's... oh yeah, that's like... that looks like that's the darkness core that the red woman had before. Denied. Oh, halfway. I mean, at first, I didn't think I was doing this. To be honest, I don't think I'm still going to do it in one go. Because this is, because we all know it's going to do some big ass moves now. Oh! Wow, really? Oh! Okay. Lord, why would you... Lord's dumb. he just stood there and got hit. He just stood there and took the hit. I mean, it makes no sense to do that. Lord's just dumb. I mean, I ain't complained much about the AI in this game so far, but this battle, he's just been a complete and utter dumbass. He's just been stupid, but okay. We just need. Okay. Oh, man. Lord's dead again. It's because he gets too close to him. That's the problem. Shit. Yeah, that's the problem with Law. He gets too close to people. So when they do close combat, oh, it's nearly down now. Let's get out of the way. Yeah, here we go. I might do this in one go. Ooh. No one else dies. That would be fantastic. But yeah, I don't. Oh god. Just revive them. Yeah, we need them all here. Oh, oh no!
I've let you all down.
No.
I'll bring you down. Here's a healing art. Ready. First aid.
You know what? I should have. Ah, crap. No, I should have done. Oh! Now revive them. Yes! One go! Sit your ass down.
Now it's just her! Varia, can you hear me? Varia!
See, the woman in red's used her hate for Dolahheim.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Punched her in gut. Boom! Jabbed her straight in the gut.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes.
That wasn't a bad boss fight.
Not her. I meant you.
Schionne, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
Yeah!
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed.
What?
He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Yes.
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society...
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear. But those people... Forgiveness?
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember, not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our body.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to...
Schionne.
Huh?
Thank you.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for
See,
her
deep,
as well.
but don't have to. Don't have to, though.
I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks.
We're
No,
on the same team.
I might not finish this
Think
today.
Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us.
Yeah, the woman in
There's
red.
no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting in...
Oh, you already know who it is. Come on. Don't be silly.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
Oh, it's, yeah, astral energy.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Oh, more flashbacks. Looks it. Is it with Alphen again? Yep. But where is this being done?
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
The thorns. Oh! So every maiden has thorns, so she wasn't wrong. Oh, damn. Whoa. What the freak?
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than...
It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Schionne's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
Oh.
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago.
We're finding a lot of truth now.
More than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
We're finding out a lot of truth bombs.
Astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as anyone.
Schionne's right. All we can do is keep going. And I think they may be the...
I'm sorry.
Oh, let's go.
Finally.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do this.
A ceremony that occurred
This is
3
long.
centuries ago.
But this is all important points to the story. So we need to do this.
Soon, we might have to be ready to face anything. I just need a little...
Wait. I have... Let's get to see.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave. ghost-type stuff?
Look at this moron.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy...
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Well, we just seen what happened.
It survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
Oh, we're getting a lot of truth being shown right now. I'm assuming that this is going to lead us to pretty much a massive cutscene, but I do want to heal myself and use myself a pineapple gel just in case. Okay, let's go.
Soon, you might have to be ready to face anything.
Okay, let's go. Save it here just in case. Hopefully there's no boss fight. Please say there's no more boss fights. Just let it be the truth finally being shown. Let's go. Oh God. Oh, this place is big.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
Yo, this is like where he was.
Past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Oh, I don't know. Probably be a bloody Zoogle attack us or something.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams.
I don't think I'm going to finish this whole area today.
Within its halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all renans. That is what we believed this place, but now, it is finally time to
Okay, here we go. Let's have a look and see what's here. Probably nothing. I mean, you'd think they'd have some kind of collectible here, but there isn't.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see.
Damn.
A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
What the hell? Huh.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing
So,
force field
are the
crystals
Sovereigns
for the
actually
purpose of
Danans?
stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound...
About the Lords. Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign?
Damn.
Does it say anything else?
So everyone's being used.
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds each. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
So he's not even real?
They've re-engineered me. Right here
Oh
in this
my
lab.
god.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron?
I knew, I had a feeling.
He's only
I just said
because
that.
someone made him that way too.
I was saying that just now as
He's
well.
the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2. It's all lies. Including the crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there had...
The Red Woman?
The Red Woman it is, it's gotta be the Red Woman.
It's possible. But that she could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. There's nothing here about who's behind all this. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you.
I'll do that.
Jesus.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. And Volron
That's
as well.
crazy.
The significance of this location.
Jesus
Only
Christ,
2
I don't know what to say.
in over 300 years. So why
Him and
has the
Volron
experiment
were the only
succeeded
experiment
twice
in
all this
sovereigns,
time?
so that
And
means
if that's
that
the case, why keep on
the
doing
crown
it?
contest.
Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Unless the crown contest was just to keep Danans away from Rena.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. But it's strange. I've got all this...
If that were to happen, then No.
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. Nope.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive...
Damn, man. I don't know what to say. I would say I'm shocked, but I ain't. As I knew something big was going to come from this. But the fact that him and Volron were both sovereigns, and I did actually just kind of guess that before we come here. Because I did say that Volron... Does that mean then he could still be alive then? Technically, Volron could still be alive. Oh, and again. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish this today. I'll go for another 19 minutes. Oh, there's the mask.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
So you're going to say how she dies?
Than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%?
Oof.
And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Elfin. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Elfin.
Snap.
That vision. She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain. And why you were asleep.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
Of course she's going to honor her wishes. Come on, man.
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect her at risk... Naori was the one...
Okay, save it. I don't want to stop until this is done, because this is important to the story.
That mask on me. It made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart.
Oh, there's still a bit more.
She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. that more than anything, she wanted you to survive.
So, open, heavy treat. At least I'm getting healing items, which is not a good sign, by the way. Let me just say. Oh, is this the room where the actual ceremony happened? The channeling ceremony happened? It could be. It could definitely be. Because it certainly looks... It is!
This place.
Oh, this is. Oh, damn.
Of course.
This is where it happened.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony.
And now that you're back here again, it's going to happen again. Because the new maiden and the sovereign is here.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The renas alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
Oh, she is.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving.
Oh.
Naori.
What is this?
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. The Sovereign. They linked Alphen's consciousness to lenegis itself. The renas alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me.
That's what the
But it was
thorns
too
are.
late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees, with the destructive force now slumbering inside of me. I knew I had to, especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the renas alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the renas alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The renas alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new renas alma to be crafted, and for a new sovereign to appear, even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burn.
Wait, you can't just...
Damn. So her trying to save the world has caused the world to be in oblivion in this 300 years later. That's crazy.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Oh! Changing our outfits. Ooh!
What?
Oh, you love these
These are the
outfits.
clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the renas alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Schionne, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vest, by that logic, it would stand to reason that the renas alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the renas alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Schionne.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Naori, starting with a little game called Hunt the Renas Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Schionne at the same time.
It's not going to be as simple as that unless the Red Woman just comes to us.
Bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Schionne. You included.
Yo, this outfit that Alphen's wearing.
Now let's get moving, shall we?
That's a nice ass outfit.
We had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
The music just stopped.
So Naori sealed away.
Oh, come on.
It made me lose control of myself.
I want to fast travel out of it so we can end it.
But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Schionne. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memory.
I wonder if Alphen will die at the end, because
the thorns.
Maybe he could do. But he's 300 years old.
But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience... Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny. We're going to live.
Yeah, you tell her. We're going to live.
Still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally...
Oh. Let's get revitalized. Ooh, an advanced healing heart. Okay, thank you for watching. I will be back tomorrow, my continuation of Tales of Arise, where we will be going further into the Forbidden Zone and looking for the Renas, Alma and the Woman in Red. Thank you, and goodbye.